Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing sort of like a talk through tutorial on this look, and basically you could call this like my makeup routine. This is no foundation and it also features a very light powder contour. So whenever I wear makeup, it's just some variation of this. I may tone down the eyes little if I don't want them to be like this. For evenings, I may darken the eyes a little, and even my lip colors, I change them. This is quite bold. I like bold lips, but sometimes I may wear something subtler. I don't put makeup on camera so often on this channel, but I'm doing something a little different in this video, and I will be talking through the entire video, just telling you how I apply things, why I like them, stuff like that. So if you'd like to see how I achieve this look, then just keep watching. So I just woke up at 11 AM because A, I am on vacation, and B, it is Sunday. And then I had a shower and I've already done my basic skincare. My skin is not behaving so well currently because I suspect it might be hormonal, plus you can blame it on pretty bad holiday eating, but that's okay. I have one or two like fresh breakouts here, and this spot on my chin, which I'm sure you'll notice, is a particularly nasty acne scar, like a dark spot left behind. These things always fade on me, but it'll take a while. Anyway, let's get started. The base is one of the most important parts of makeup, I think. Unless you have really flawless skin, then you don't require that much of a base. But if you have skin like me, with some breakouts plus dark circles because you sleep too late every day, then concealer is your best friend. I'm currently using the L'Oreal True Match Concealer, which I really like. L'Oreal bases are really nice as long as you get a good shade match, and this one, I think it's called medium deep, is a really nice shade match, and it's got like a sort of a brush applicator at the end, and I'm just going to liberally put this everywhere. Sometimes I use two different concealers, but I'm keeping it simple. I'm not in the mood for two concealers. So on the chin, on these breakouts, around the nostrils, around the corners of the lips, because I think a lot of people, me included, have got some like natural dark pigmentation there, and under eye area, just sort of forming a triangle. Now you could blend this all with your fingers, but it would be messy and take forever, so I'm using the Real Techniques buffing brush, which works really well. The tone is not the most perfect match when you just apply it, but like a lot of bases, I think it settles and blends in with your natural skin color in a few minutes. For the next step, I'm going to go in with a really light dusting of powder. I'm using the Maybelline Clear Glow powder just all around the face to sort of prevent me from getting really oily. I will get oily, but this will sort of delay it. That's okay. I'm putting a little more concealer on the spot on my chin because and these spots here, because I can still see them, so it will make them a little less visible. This is not a full coverage concealer, it is medium coverage, so I think even after this you will still be able to see the spots, but I just prefer medium coverage concealers because full coverage ones feel really heavy. The next thing I'm going to use is Sleek Face Form. This is sort of like a contour kit, and it just has everything that you need in that respect. This is the contour powder, this is highlighter, and this is sort of a bronzer, a shimmery bronzer that I really like. When I mentioned this in my April favorites, a few of you guys asked like for a demo, so this is what I'm doing right now. I don't really do a fancy or heavy contour, but I just like to keep it really simple, and I feel that it does make a little bit of a difference. And the brush I'm using is the same brush that I used for my powder. It's a Real Techniques multitask brush. True to its name, I can use it for a lot of different purposes. I keep it for powder and I really like it. It's like a nice medium density fluffy brush, and the way it tapers a little bit to the sides, I think it makes it easy to put contour and stuff. So I'm going to take a little bit of this contouring powder, like on the side of the brush, and then just put it in the hollows of my cheeks. Probably should have done this earlier, but I think I'm just going to tie my hair. That's better. And the next step now, I'm going to use this bronzer on the high parts of my cheekbones. I haven't been using blush in the longest time because I like using bronzer. Gives a little bit of warmth into my cheeks and a little bit of shimmer. I think it's nice. I put a little bit more than I usually do just because I want it to be visible on camera. I put it quite high. That's because I've already put the contour powder and this has shimmer in it, so it works as a highlighter as well. Now let's get to the eye makeup. I'm using the sleek eyebrow kit, which is what I've been using for I think 1.5–2 years at least. So I'm just using the brush that comes with it. This is sort of a wax and this is a powder. So what I'm doing is I'm dipping it in this and then I'm dipping it in the powder, just mixing it all together. This is not an exact science and I mess this up sometimes. I make my eyebrows a little too dark, but let's hope they come okay today. It does look a little bit dark right now. It always does, especially when you see the difference in my brows. Like they look really sparse and then I darken them this much. But I sort of soften it with my fingers and I think it works okay. Just lightly rubbing my fingers through it to soften it. I'm going to do the second brow in much the same way. I actually love the bold brow trend that Lily Collins and Cara Delevingne sport, especially when they are like messy, natural looking bold brows as compared to really done ones, because it sort of allows me also, I think the right one looks a little bit darker. Yeah, it allows me to be lazy with my brows because I hate getting them done often, and no matter what you say, the parlor lady always makes it too thin looking and it looks horrible. I think this is okay. I'm never 100% happy with how they look. I always worry that I've messed them up, but in the end I remember reading somewhere that your brows are siblings, they are not twins, so they don't have to be exactly identical. Now I'm using like one of the only high-end products that's in this routine right now. This is by Clinique and it is their Chubby stick for eyes in the shade Fuller Fudge. I forget this sometimes, but I just use it to put a little definition on my lids. Just give it a little color and all, because I don't really use eyeshadow much. And by much I mean like almost not at all. Now that the shadow stick is done, it's time for eyeliner. This is one of the parts that makes me a little more nervous. I can put it quite well nowadays with a lot of practice, but doing it on camera is what makes me worry that I'll mess up. So I'm using the Maybelline Hyper Glossy one in black, which is my all-time favorite eyeliner. It's a liquid eyeliner with a really thin brush. So now that this is done, I don't open my eye for a little while, because if I do, it will come on the lid and everything will be ruined, not just the eyeliner, but I'll have to clean the whole area and start again. Let me have a look at this. it's not so bad. Yeah, this is pretty much what I do nowadays. A subtle wing for the daytime. If it's night, I may try to extend it a little more. Now that the first eye is definitely dry, it's time to do the second one. And I really admire people who can do eyeliner with just one hand. But for me, it's definitely a two-hand job. I think it's possibly because of my eye shape or whatever. I've really tried doing it with just one hand, but I can't. Okay, so I have just sort of realized that I kind of extended the left wing a little more by mistake. So in cases like that, I have to go in and fix the right one so it looks kind of uniform. Let me have a look. That's pretty good. Close enough. Now there are just a couple of steps remaining, and one of them is mascara. And I mentioned in my haul that I bought these Maybelline Falsies one. This is waterproof. So I've been testing it for a while. I really like the brush. I have my eyelash curler with me somewhere, and I find that it does make a difference in opening up my eyes, but I'm trying to be as authentic as possible, and I don't use it daily because I'm lazy. So just going to directly use this. Yeah, it does separate the lashes very nicely and makes them look full in that sense, but I do find that it is slightly lacking in the volume department compared to the colossal. Colossal just makes my individual lashes look so thick. I'm not finding that effect with Falsies. So I guess my lashes are quite long naturally, and I have my parents to thank for that. But they are not very dark, or rather they are not very thick. So they aren't that visible if I don't put mascara. I'm being kind of clumsy and putting a lot of it on my lid. That is mascara done, and even when I freshly applied mascara, I have to sort of keep my eyes shut, or at least partially open like this, because of the shape of my eyes and the fact that my lids are hooded. When I open them up, if the mascara is still wet, it will just come on the lid and I have to clean that up again. I'm gonna wait for it to dry. I think it should be fine now. I like how my eyes are looking now. I don't know if it's giving a false lash effect, but I think they're nice and defined and dark, but still appropriate for daytime. This is also a step that I sometimes forget, but sometimes I go back to the sleek face form and dip my finger in the highlighter and just highlight the inner corners of my eyes. It's quite easy to do. I've had a few friends ask about this, but it's very easy. Maybe I should have done it before mascara, but I just do it with my finger like this. And I can blend it with my finger, or I'm using this brush by Real Techniques. It is the setting brush. It's quite a useful multi-purpose brush. You can either use it for your eyes or just to set powder or concealer in harder to reach areas. Just diffusing it slightly so it looks more subtle, but this effect sort of brightens your eyes and opens them up a little more. Now for the very final step in my makeup routine, this is lipstick. I'm using the Lakme Absolute Matte. It's like not a complete matte, it is to create this sculpt look. So while a regular matte just makes your lips look very flat, this is sort of like matte. It's not glossy, but it gives your lips dimension and still reflects light. So this is the shade called Plum Spell, and I have been using this so much for the last 2 months because I think it complements my hair color pretty well. So I just try to line my lips first. Okay, I shouldn't talk, but I try to line them first and then fill them in. And you can use a brush for a little more precision, but I'm lazy, so I just do it with this. There is a sharper end like here which helps to create a shape. I think my lips are a little bit dry right now, even though I have applied lip balm just this morning. The air conditioner is kind of dehydrating them, and ideally of course you should avoid your lips being dry at all times, but many lipsticks, especially matte lipsticks, accentuate that too much and make it obvious. I think this lipstick is pretty kind and forgiving. Overall I like it because it's very easy to wear and it's comfortable and it doesn't like move all over your face, because I like the Apocalypse lip lacquers from Rimmel so much, but they are like very high maintenance and I just can't do that. Not on a daily basis at least. So that is my makeup done, and what do you guys think? I should fix this hair first. I really like curling my hair nowadays, but I was a little too lazy to do it today, and this works. So what do you guys think of this look? This is just basically what I've been wearing every single day.